What if your eye twitch was a ticking clock? Sounds harmless, right? A little flutter beneath your eyelid. Annoying maybe. Distracting? Definitely. But dangerous? No way. Or so she thought. This is not just a story. It's a warning. A real wake-up call for every woman over 40 who's ever ignored a strange symptom because it's probably nothing. Meet Melissa. 49. Divorced. Works 10-hour shifts as a real estate agent. She skips meals, powers through headaches, and has a stress level that could boil water. One day, her left eye starts twitching. Just a little flicker. It comes and goes for weeks. But then, it's not just the twitch. Her face starts to feel numb. She slurs a word here and there. She forgets what she walked into the room for. Still, she tells herself she's just tired. And then, the stroke hits. This is the story of how Melissa nearly lost her life, and what every woman needs to know about mini-strokes, the silent warnings, and the terrifying truth that eye twitches might not be as harmless as they seem. Stick around to the end, because the symptom you're ignoring could be the one that changes your life. Have you ever brushed off a weird symptom because you thought it was just stress? Type yes or no in the comments. We're reading every response. Like, share, and subscribe CTA. And before we dive into Melissa's story, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who pushes through pain too often, and subscribe for more real-life medical mysteries that could save your life. Melissa Turner wasn't a celebrity, an athlete, or some internet influencer. She was one of us, a real woman in her late 40s, juggling too many responsibilities, silently struggling with exhaustion, and still putting on a smile for her clients. She lived in a modest 2-bedroom home just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a house she fought to keep after her divorce. Melissa was proud. She didn't like asking for help, even when she desperately needed it. Her days began at 6 a.m. and ended well past 9 p.m. Real estate isn't just showing houses. It's paperwork, emails, late-night negotiations, open houses on weekends. Melissa skipped breakfast most mornings, opting for coffee on an empty stomach. By lunchtime, she was too busy to eat dinner, usually something microwaved at 10 p.m. Her daughter, Cassie, had just left for college, and while Melissa celebrated her independence publicly, her house had grown quieter, lonelier. It was during one of those quiet moments, alone on her couch, that she first noticed the twitch, a tiny flicker under her left eye. She laughed it off. Probably too much screen time, she muttered, rubbing it away. Have you ever felt proud for powering through a stressful day? Looking back, was it worth ignoring your health? The twitch didn't stop. In fact, it got worse. Next came the fatigue, not just tiredness. The kind of exhaustion that sleep didn't fix. Melissa chalked it up to stress. She couldn't afford to take a break. This is just what 49 feels like, she told herself. Then one morning, brushing her teeth, she noticed something strange. Her left cheek felt numb. Not completely dead, but like it had fallen asleep. Still, she didn't call a doctor. I probably slept weird, she reasoned. A few days later, she struggled to recall a client's name. Then, during a showing, she slurred a sentence. Just one, but it shook her. By then, Melissa's left eye had been twitching for nearly 3 weeks. Mini-strokes, or Transient Ischemic Attacks, TIAs, are often brushed off. They last minutes, sometimes seconds, but they're warnings. Your brain is screaming for help. Symptoms? Twitching, numbness, speech issues, fatigue. And Melissa had them all. Don't ignore these signs. If you've ever experienced strange numbness or a slurred word, even just once, drop a comment. I'll get checked. You might just inspire someone else to do the same. The morning started like any other. Melissa grabbed her phone, checked her calendar, and stood up too fast. Dizziness hit. She gripped the wall. By noon, she was in the middle of a showing, walking a couple through a small fixer-upper. When it happened, she couldn't move her left arm. Then her leg gave out. She tried to speak, but her words were jumbled. The husband in the couple recognized the signs. He yelled for someone to call 911. Melissa collapsed to the floor. 911 call audio dramatization. Female, late 40s, possible stroke. She's conscious but can't move her left side. Melissa woke up in the ICU. Her face was swollen. Tubes ran from her arms. Machines beeped in the background. The doctor stood at her side. You had a stroke, Melissa. A significant one. But based on your scans, you had several mini-strokes in the weeks leading up to this. Her heart sank. All those signs, the twitch, the numbness, the slurred words, she'd ignored them all. Doctor dialogue. Your eye twitch wasn't just stress. It was the beginning. Your body was trying to warn you. TIAs often don't cause permanent damage, but they're red flags. Doctors call them warning strokes. Up to 1 in 3 people who experience a TIA will have a full-blown stroke within a year, many within days. Recovery wasn't glamorous. Melissa spent 2 weeks in the hospital, then another month in rehab. She had to relearn how to use her left side. Simple tasks, buttoning a shirt, brushing her hair, became victories. She broke down more than once, but she also found strength in herself she didn't know she had. She joined a stroke survivors group, made friends, started journaling, and slowly, piece by piece, she reclaimed her life. Melissa says, "I'm not who I was before the stroke, but maybe that's a good thing, because now I listen to my body." What's one thing your body's been trying to tell you lately that you've ignored? Melissa now speaks publicly about women's health, especially stroke awareness. She wants women over 40 to know eye twitches, numbness, and slurred speech are not just stress. Many strokes often go undiagnosed. Every strange symptom is a chance to save your future. If Melissa's story made you think twice about that weird feeling you brushed off, don't wait. Book the appointment. Get the test. Share this video with a sister, friend, mom, or coworker. You could be the reason someone catches a stroke before it happens. Like, share, and subscribe. If you found this powerful, give it a like. If it reminded you of someone, send it to them. And for more real stories that save lives, subscribe now. Sometimes, the smallest twitch is the biggest warning. And sometimes, survival means finally listening. This was Code Red Stories, and Melissa's life was never the same again.